It was a great win for our team. We were in a lot of tough competitive situations, and guys responded well, made plays when they need to make them, especially on defense. And, I think there's a lot of things in the game that we probably didn't do well. We didn't block them up front very well. We didn't run the ball very well on offense. We couldn't run it at the end of the game when we needed to. We weren't as effective on third down. We had some protection issues. So a lot of things that we can fix, but I think we got to fix them so we can be a little bit more consistent. I think defensively, guys came up with a lot of big plays, got stops when they needed to get stops. And, I know that sometimes, we have an expectation that we're going to win easy, but sometimes it's not so easy. I think it's difficult to win in this conference. I think it's difficult to win week in and week out. I think you got to play your best. We probably didn't play our best in some areas of the team. And we got to get more consistency in how we play. So, I'm really proud of our players actually for how they competed in the game. There was no way that, we were going to let them score at the end. And I think the defensive players really stepped up, and that was great competitive character. Anyway, it's always good to beat LSU. I knew this was going to be a tough game. I knew they would play their best game of the year against us, and they deserve a lot of credit. They had a good plan. They changed some things up, and their guys really competed well and played hard in the game. So, but I can't tell you how proud I am of, the way our guys competed in the game to be able to win.
Start with Mike Rodak right here, Coach.
Not only in this game, but also in for the season as a whole to this point?
Well, I think it's probably in different parts of the team. It has been very good at times, and in other parts of the team, not so good at times. And it's different parts of the team that, like we gave up 3 plays against Tennessee for 167 yards in the secondary on, mental errors and misexecution. We scored a lot of points in that game. Tonight, we didn't block very well up front. We didn't get done what we needed to get done to be able to have consistency on offense. But if you look at it, through the course of the season, our offense has been really productive, moved the ball well, and scored a lot of points. So I don't think it's something that you can just say the gap is like this for the whole team. It's like this because of inconsistencies, and we need to fix those consistencies if we're going to be the kind of team that we want to be. But the focus is going to be on trying to get our players to play better, be positive with them and how we teach them so that they can get better. And their attitude needs to be really good so that they can be accountable and challenge each other to be accountable. And I think that'll be the best method that we can to try to improve in the future.
Coach, you talked about this a little bit in your opening statement, but what kind of fight did you see out of the defense, especially late in the second half there?
What kind of fight? Oh, that's what I was talking about, the competitive character they showed, the way they played, the stops they got, the 4th and 8, where we thought we had a turnover. We didn't get a turnover. We had to go back out on the field. And then, at the end of the game, when they got the ball back with a minute to go to, play things the way we needed to play them so they couldn't, get a score. We had 2 bad snaps today, one on field goal, one on an extra point. I mean, there's lots of places on the team where, we weren't quite up to snuff. But defensively, the way they competed in the game, the way they played in the game, I think was really, really good. The one drive where they converted 2 4th downs, where they got to 14 points, that was probably not our best. But the rest of the game, I thought, was really pretty good.
We'll go to Aaron Suttles on Zoom.
From your vantage point, how disruptive was Will Anderson and Dallas Turner tonight?
those guys did a great job. I mean, we affected the quarterback. That's always something that you want to be able to do in a game. We had a couple batted balls. We had 3.5, 4 sacks. I don't know how many for sure. We got some pressures, especially in the end of the game when we needed it. I think those guys did an outstanding job. But, we had pretty good coverage for the most part. We had a couple long yardage situations, 2nd and 15, 2nd and long another time, and we gave up a big play on 2nd down, which got them back to manageable 3rd down, which, those are areas where you got to get off the field. But all in all, can't complain. We won, and we stopped them when we needed to.
We'll go to Nick Kelly.
There were a couple guys who left the game with some injuries, like Dalcourt and Jalyn Davis. Do you have an update on their status at all?
I hadn't talked to Doc yet, but I know Dalcourt just had a sprained his ankle. I don't know how serious it is or how bad it is. Jalyn Davis got hit in the ribs. X-rays are negative. So, hopefully he'll recover quickly. But other than that, not a lot to report.
We'll go one more on Zoom here with Michael Casagrande.
Yeah, excuse me. When you see you had 6 rushing yards on 26 attempts tonight, what goes to your mind?
Well, first of all, we lost about 20 yards on the last drive. So we might have had a few more than that. But I've already spoken to the point that we weren't able to run the ball. We didn't block them effectively up front. Whether it's the strategic plan or the execution of the plan, and most of the time it is the execution, but we're responsible for that too. So we need to do a better job of being able to block up front. I did think Damian George did a pretty good job in the game when he had to play right tackle when we moved Chris to center when Dalcourt went out. So that was a real positive. It was a positive to get him to play. He's making good progress, and I thought he played pretty well in the game.
We got time for 2 more. One in the room here.
Hi, Coach. Ashley Woods with the CW. Can you talk about the crowd tonight and just the energy that they gave the players?
Well, I think in the second half it was really good, and I think it was inspiring for the defensive players, especially. But if you really want to get the crowd gets in the game when you do well on offense, and there was times, especially in the second half, I don't know, we had 4 or 5 3-and-outs, which, even when you make a few first downs and you don't score, you change field position. And I think when you're in close games, field position is really critical. So the crowd did a great job, though. I mean, the Tennessee game, the crowd had an impact on the game. I think the crowd had an impact on the game tonight, especially our players. And it's a great atmosphere and environment to play in.
Okay. We'll finish up with Charlie Potter on Zoom.
Yeah, hey, Coach. It looked like Kool-Aid McKinstry got to start at corner in place of Josh Jobe. Do you have a reasoning behind that? Was Josh banged up or something at the beginning of the game?
No, Josh had a turf toe, and that flared up on him, and he wasn't able to practice. So he could have played in the game, all right, but at the same time, we weren't going to play him in the game unless we had to play him in the game. And he was ready to play in the game, but because he hadn't practiced a lot, and the fear of making his toe worse, we would sort of see if we could get it done without him. And then when Jalyn went down, we thought he was the best option to put in the game, and he wanted to play and he was ready to play, and I thought played pretty well.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time.
All right. Thank you.